But I want to get in some developing news. And Ken, this is probably your purview, related to one of those unnamed, unindicted co-conspirators in this indictment. The person named as co-conspirator 1, we can report now, appears to be Rudy Giuliani, the former president's former attorney, based on previous testimony, et cetera. For example, and we identified this from the indictment, that there is a discussion about a conversation that happened on December 1st when this person, again, co-conspirator number 1, met with Arizona House Speaker, who at the time was somebody named Rusty Bowers. There is a quote attributed to Giuliani where they said something like, or to the co-conspirator 1, we don't have the evidence, but we have lots of theories. This matches what Rusty Bowers, that Arizona House Speaker, said at the January 6th House Select Committee's public hearing. A Giuliani advisor is telling NBC News that the mayor has not been contacted by the special counsel's office, and he has no reason to believe that he will. So, Ken, let me go to you on this, and let me just explain. We are connecting some dots here because we don't know, right? The indictment doesn't say Rudy Giuliani, but it does attribute a quote to this person number 1, a quote that we've heard in a previous public setting attributed to Giuliani himself. That is how we are making this connection. It is not surprising, Ken, given how central Giuliani was to this plot, as we saw in the months after the election.
No, it's not, Hallie, and just a little peek under the curtain for how we do our work. This is not, there's nothing magic about this. This happens all the time. The Justice Department does not name unindicted persons in indictments, but it's often very obvious from other public records who they are. And all you do is compare the statements that have been made, and particularly we have all this evidence in the January 6th committee. So we're going to be able to tell you fairly soon who all these people are, these unindicted co-conspirators. But, you know, it's so interesting on so many levels. First of all, the decision to name Donald Trump alone as a defendant really, I think, speaks to the interest that the special counsel's office has in getting this case to trial faster. As I was talking to legal experts and gaming out the scenarios here, they all to a person said that if they want to get this to trial as fast as possible, they will name only Donald Trump as a defendant and deal with the rest of the co-conspirators later, because that's what they can do. And, you know, there isn't a world in which there is a conspiracy if this stuff was criminal, and that's a big if. Garrett told you what the defenses are going to be, and they're not insignificant legal defenses. If it was criminal, there's no world in which Rudy Giuliani wasn't involved. I mean, he's already had his law license suspended in D.C. and New York over the representations he made in court that could not be stood up about bogus allegations of fraud in the election. So again, if it's crime, and I think, you know, Trump's defenses should not be dismissed, because this is going to be a battle royal. And a lot of legal experts I was talking to about this case were sure that the Justice Department must have had a lot of new evidence that we weren't aware of, because they were not convinced that on the face of it, this was a very strong case. And as it happens, there isn't a lot of new evidence in this indictment. There's a lot of stuff that we already saw in the January 6th hearings presented in a very compelling and definitive way. And now they're going to litigate it, and it's going to be fascinating to watch.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.